7 years of marriage.
Woohoo!
And in those 7 years of marriage, also been 7 years of being an entrepreneur. Had its tough times, and it's also had its rewards. So
Well, that's funny because look at this. This is the day we got engaged. See who he's kissing on the way up to getting engaged? The camera, not the fiance. So if that says anything about what you're more excited about.
anyways, let's talk about it. So as we sit here in silence, I was thinking about how awkward this would be if it was our first date.
I was thinking about that too.
That's what 7 years of marriage looks like.
Is that sad? You're my best friend.
So some of the challenges that come to mind with entrepreneurship and marriage would be like time management, financial stress, kind of work-life balance. Anything you can think of?
Trying to figure out how to focus with this hot babe sitting next to you all the time.
Okay. You're an entrepreneur watching this, which a lot of you are. Let me know in the comments. Pause the video and tell me what's some struggles that you deal with in marriage and entrepreneurship. Apparently it's also Mardi Gras, or I don't even know if today's actually Mardi Gras or it's just we're celebrating it today in Asheville. Do you even know what Mardi Gras is?
Is it the Day of the Dead?
No, okay, no.
Oh, I thought you said yes.
I said no.
Oh.
The idea here is you come, get some food, coffee, whatever, and then pick from the wall of games, play board games.
Caught my eye because it had donuts.
This is actually really difficult and kind of stressful.
Oh, you'll play Scrabble?
I don't care.
Let's play Scrabble.
Scrabble, the game everybody knows how to play. So one of those first challenges of being an entrepreneur and in your marriage is kind of that work-life balance. You know, this makes me think of that one because it can be hard to go out and do things like this, especially when, you know, I mean, today's a Sunday after church. A lot of times I'll go and do some editing after church, but it's good to take a break and strengthen your marriage. Would you say that I have a good work-life balance?
Actually, I think you do.
Really?
Yeah? You don't think so? Are you surprised by that?
Well, I was just saying how, like, it's hard for me to, I mean, I pretty much work 7 days a week. I take, like, rest moments. I don't really take a rest day.
I think, yes, you do need to learn how to take a full day rest. But throughout the day, I'll be like, oh, look at Waylon. And you'll take a break and play with us. Or we can just go out to a park in the middle of the day if we want to. We can have lunch together. A lot of people don't feel to have lunch together. And you're really good about exercising. You take breaks for that.
I balance my work differently than what, like, your typical 9 to 5 would do. Their balance is 5 days working, 2 days off. I just find those little moments to take time with, spend with my family, take care of my own health. What in the world am I supposed to spell with this? I have one vowel. Do we reshuffle this?
Is pub a word or is it a slang word? Pub? Yes.
Okay, this is better. I caved. I've been doing really good on my health. It's this one, the pregnant one, that keeps messing me up.
It's just that junk food sounds so good.
That's all they had, this oatmeal cream pie, which is somewhat of a nostalgic piece for me. Growing up, my grandma, we called her Nana. She always kept a jar full of oatmeal cream pies, the Little Debbie's. And so I'd always snack on those. So, and it's our anniversary, so. Did I say it was our anniversary?
I don't know. You said 7 years. Yeah, you said 7 years.
So I just Googled what Mardi Gras actually is. Apparently it's a religious holiday. I would have never thought because, well, it doesn't look like these people are doing very religious things. It's like a preparation for Lent. I guess it's like overindulging before you give something up. Another challenge that you face with marriage and entrepreneurship would be like, it goes along with work-life balance, but time management and taking the time to do business, but then taking the time to take care of your marriage, right? We've got family that's a couple hours away, a few hours away, and it can be hard for me to say, hey, let's take a weekend and go spend time with them, because that's what she would want to do.
How many points you got?
198.
How'd you get 198? I have 117.
Well, date was fun. Time to go.
Oh no. Are we stuck?
I don't know. All right, I guess just start walking.
Yeah. We should win one for Wayland. Thank you. All right, we're going for Wayland. Well, I'm gonna go pet this dog.
This is a perfect example of how Ashley's somebody that will stop and talk to random people. I just keep walking. But then all of a sudden we have like plans with some new friends. She's the social butterfly and I'm not.
What?
Did you get their number?
Get their number.
Do we have date plans next weekend?
Happened to be the dog that my mom is saying she'll buy me if I get a yes from my husband.
Okay. Hey, look at this.
Oh wow, look at that.
Speaking of things that people want, I'm looking at getting a motorcycle here soon.
Get the owner's phone number. Are you going out next week?
If I get a motorcycle, Ashley has to get a dog.
Which is funny because the only reason I got Delilah was my old dog is because of people rallying around us, telling you to say yes. So it's deja vu, you know?
It's not that I don't want a dog, it's just we've got one kid, we've got another kid on the way. A new dog just doesn't seem, a new dog seems like wrong timing right now.
When will it be? We're gonna keep popping out babies left and right.
Let's set this straight, people. Let me know in the comments below. Is
And let me just, yeah, go ahead.
should we have a dog? Should we get a dog?
And let me explain my situation. My dog died suddenly at 7 years old.
Another challenge, financial stress. Being an entrepreneur, your finances aren't necessarily, what'd you call it, like stable, right?
One day you'll be able to get someone to do that for you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. That's nice.
That was nice.
Being an entrepreneur, income isn't always steady, right? Luckily, I'm at a point now where it's somewhat more steady, but it's still not like, there's not this set number. So budgeting can be tough. Or when there's times where I want something that's really expensive, and she also wants something that's really expensive. Well, who
What
gets
if I want that's expensive?
a dog?
No,
That's a
my mom
that's
said
a
she'll
lifetime
buy
of it. That's a lifetime of it. Anyways. Yeah, there's times where money's tight and there's times where money's really good. But in those times where money's really good, a lot of times you gotta stretch that out. There's time, I mean, I've had best month in business, 25,000, and I've had months where, well, I've made nothing.
That's a lot of walking. You're out of breath too, mister.
Yeah, I'm breathing hard. It's also because I eat junk. Financial stress is something that anybody goes through in a marriage. It doesn't have to be entrepreneur related, but although I feel like financially we've never really had issues financially. We've had small issues like, you know, where we don't agree on spending money on something, but like it's never been a tough issue for us. And continuing off that point, another challenge would be roles in your marriage. Challenge is, you know, the role. Okay.
John's figuring out what you're gonna say.
Me and Ashley early on kind of made it clear that when she became a stay-at-home mom, that my role would be the income earner. You know, I prioritize work. She prioritizes the house and taking care of our home and taking care of our kids. I mean, that can be a tough conversation for you to have because maybe that's not what you want your marriage to look like.
Oh, I'd much rather take care of babies and clean the kitchen than go sit at an office. Well, you work like so hard, even in the evening. So it's like, how can I be spiteful and say, oh, you need to help me more? Especially since you do help a lot. So I think it's all a good balance.
Some people's argument would be you're working, like taking care of a child is work.
It is actually a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Like, I'm not saying it's not work.
But you get a lot of breaks throughout the day. And in the same sense, it's not a job. It's just what God's given you. It's your life calling. So it's not like, you can't think of it like I'm clocking in and out. And now it's not my turn at this time. It's your son.
Camera's moving all over.
You maybe want to take over. I think that entrepreneurship is good because for your marriage, because it kind of shapes our whole journey. We have different like pinpoints in our life together, kind kind of like when you're a kid, you go to elementary school, middle school, high school. Well, then you went to college, and then I met you. And then I've noticed we have chunks of time like that, and they're all based on where your journey and your business took you, because it was about the same time that you started that. Step 1, we had college together, okay. Step 2, we had Keen Dog together, which is a business that you and I both were employees for, okay. And then Amway season, friendships in that, and a whole thing in that. Then you worked for the church, and that was a whole season of our life, new friends. And then you work for Justin, and that's a whole new season of life. So it's like, it really just takes you for a journey.
That was fun, wasn't it?
That was fun.
I'm gonna show Waylon his present. We got you a present. We got you a present. You want some present?
Come to Mama.
Can you stand up?
Oh,
Stand
milk
up.
break. For you. Whoa. Happy Mardi Gras.
So, how have we made this work? How have we made my entrepreneurship journey and our marriage work together? And I think the biggest thing is I've included you, you've included me. We're kind of in this journey together, I would say.
Yeah.
What would you say, Waylon? But even with Waylon, like, we include Waylon in a lot of things now. Most of the time I say, hey, is it all right if I bring my wife and kid? And most of the time it's pretty all right. Unless I'm shooting like a podcast or something, well then that just doesn't make sense to bring Waylon
Then we
along.
go to the coffee shop down the road.
That's the benefit of her being a stay-at-home mom as well. Well, when there's those times that I can travel or whatever, we can make a trip out of it.
And then I can put a wet pillow in the hotel window that's paid for by the trip. And somehow, did you know that if you put a wet pillow in a window, it'll break the window? So then you get charged $1,200.
I booked a gig. It was for a conference. For some reason, the pillow got wet.
In the car ride, and I thought I was
ride.
being actually a pretty good homemaker.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna put it in the window to dry.
She put it in the window, took it off, and there was a big crack behind that pillow.
And I said, "Look, I broke the window," joking, thinking it's always been
Yeah,
there.
we just thought
why
there
would
was-
my pillow break it?
Well, then we got a call from the hotel saying, you guys owe us $1,200. You cracked our window. Well, then I go to Google, because she was like, well, there was a pillow there. Maybe, I'm like, so I Googled, and apparently some other people have had a situation where they put a pillow on a window, and it cracks the window somehow. Because somehow the heat and the pillow... So if I were to have any advice for the married entrepreneur, both know the goal. Why I'm working, why I work so hard is to do better for my family and to make sure that we're to provide. And same thing for my wife. Ashley needs to know what my goal is, but also her goal. Like, I need to understand what are her goals for our marriage, our life in general. We're both on the same path. Well then, when it comes to certain roadblocks in our life, we'll both be understanding and know, okay, this is the goal. I think just both knowing that you'll avoid a lot of troubles along the way. When you reach those goals, celebrate together, have fun. Just recently, I booked a pretty decent gig, and we got a nice little dinner and had fun. As you know, I drink real light, at least 4 to 5 of these a day. And, well, today's a sad day because it's all gone. And I didn't order more. Best electrolytes in the world. Code Austin15 for 15% off. Or just go to the link in the description. Helps out the channel. So, all that being said, business is hard, marriage is hard. You just gotta know where to prioritize, and you have to communicate. I wanna say it'll all go well, but it won't all go well. Things go wrong, it's okay. Just keep working through it, it's what makes you stronger. Let me know, what are some struggles that you have with entrepreneurship and marriage, and maybe how you overcome them. See you guys in the next one. I feel like I need some kind of, like, you know, outro kind of thing. Don't have one of those yet. So, this is it.